Hey guys, how's everybody doing? We're all popping in right now. I'll turn this off. Alright. Yeah, I think okay, whatever. Alright, so we're live again, and hello everyone. I hope you guys have your guitars. I'm just reading the chats right now. I'm just kind of saying hi to everyone. I want to address a couple of things about the Pentatonic. I'm going to be bringing out some big gun jam songs soon, but we have to go over some things about general like pentatonic-ness. Sorry, I'm reading all of the comments. Hello everyone. Wow, there's a lot of you coming right now. Alright, so I hope you have a guitar, and if you're watching this in the playback, grab your guitar. We're going to discover how to, hello Don, good to hear from you, how to get some simple tension out of your basic pentatonic. Now, we are going to be, sorry, I just got a text. That's so crazy. I should not have gotten a text. I don't know why I text came through. I do have videos about tension, especially the 5. Bring home the 5. Starting on 5, coming to the 1. I just talked about that in my Clapton scale, which I'll address here too. But I want everyone who has a guitar, maybe even a looper, to grab it. And we're going to go over some things right now about how to get the most amount of movement out of your basic pentatonic. So I'm going to pop my looper up right now, and I don't know if you can hear it, but let's just get this background. I'll raise my volume here. Hold on. Can anybody recognize that groove right there? I'll play along with it. Let's see. Oh, hey Mel. I didn't realize that was you. Now I realize that's you. What's up, Mel? There we go. Mike's song. Okay. So this is a good groove right now in F sharp. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to discuss really quickly. I want to go over this, and in the replay, I hope this comes through. Pentatonic, 5 notes. All right. So if we're in F sharp, we're going to start right here on the second fret. It'll be F sharp, then your A, all right, then your B, then your C sharp, and your E. That's all you got. Those are your 5 notes. But to us guitar players, we know them differently. We know them as a 1, a minor third, a 4, a 5, and a flat 7. All right? And it repeats. Thank you. I do like my beard as well. And it repeats again. 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1. So, if any of you guys have seen my how to actually solo over stash video, now some of you might not have seen it because you're not Fish fans, and that's fine, but I talk about how if you want to build tension, you got to stay away from your root note. So trick number 1, just trick number 1 is staying away from your root note. Your root note, your F sharp, is your resolve. So here, here, and here are where you want to take a breath. So if I was soloing, you can see that I ended my phrase on my 1. Okay, I'll do it again, just short, like very easy. And you can hear that as soon as I punch that F sharp, it sounds fine. So now what I want to go into is like what each note like can do for you. To me, the most potent note in any jam, whether it's blues or jam band music, is going to be the flat 3. Now I know I talked about the 5, and we'll talk about that. But the flat 3 is the best note to come home to the 1, especially when you give it a little bit of a twang, So right here is my flat 3. This is not a new guitar, this is a Fred guitar, by the way, and we'll talk about that in a couple of videos. So now listen to how when I play this basic pentatonic, and I come back from that flat 3, it adds a little bit of like tension to my resolve. I'll do it again, it was a little off because I was talking, but let's see if we can do it. Okay, so you guys heard it there? Did you hear how it kind of like, It's just like kind of like a like if you're telling a joke and you just wait to tell the punchline. Okay, the sharp 5, the augmented 5, that's the blue. No, it's not the blue note. That's just a sharp 5. You really don't see a lot of it. Okay, so now I'm going to keep on talking about this. So your minor thirds, where are your minor thirds? Well, they are your A's, and they're here and here. Those are your minor thirds. So if I was soloing and I wanted, and this is what you guys want to do at home, is you want to pick one interval to choose how to come back home to. So if you're in F sharp and we're jamming on this song, you know that your F sharps, your 1s, your home. Well, you can start on the 1, you can do whatever, but on the way back, you got to hang on that minor third. So let's see what it sounds like again. You can really hear. So we're going to move forward, okay? The 1 is about coming home, okay? You want to be on the 1 when you come home. Now, let's talk about the 5. Now, hopefully some of you guys have seen my Power of the 5 video. But let's talk about, forget the, hey Jeff, I think that's Jeff, my student, but I could be wrong. All right, so the 5 here, the 5 is a very powerful note to create a lot of tension, especially if you hover on it. And my favorite guitar players, you know, Trey Anastasio, will just, hey Jeff, will just totally hit that 5. I'm not going to do it right away, but listen to how, like, it's right here, sorry. So I have 1, sorry, it's right here. Okay, there's my 5, okay, that's my C sharp. I have it here. So this is what it sounds like when doves cry. Just kidding. This is what it sounds like when I come in the 5. Or, well, what the 5 sounds like. Here we go. You can hear how that 5 set up that 1 tremendously. I'll do it again right now. Okay, so now, yes, the flat 3 does work well in the Clapton scale. So the 5 is, the 5 is, if you start your sentence on the 5, it's like telling someone like, oh man, I can't wait to tell you this, guess what happened, like, guess what happened. We're in the key of F sharp, by the way, just for all you guys who are F sharp minor, which is not really key, darn it. Anyway, so we're talking about bringing the tension home to the 1. Now, the 5 to me is the most important note, and it's kind of like jumping in front of someone's face and be like, ooh, I have to tell you something. So I'll do it again and listen for that tension on the 5. I will play something beforehand and kind of set it up. So you're like, really hear it has like a movement to the 1. All right, so now the third interval we're going to talk about is the flat 7. All right, the flat 7s, which is huge. A flat 7 wants to come home to the 1. You have a 1, a flat 3, a 4, 5. A flat 7 does sound dire, or you can say, yeah, dire. Like, hey, I have some terrible news that I have to tell you. But any which way you want to think of the 5. All right. So the flat 7 is always the note right in a pentatonic right before the 1. So it's right here. All right. So now, the flat 7 is a good way to end it with not, I don't want to say like a spring-like tension, but almost like a momentum-type tension, where the riff is going to fall into that flat 7, and then you're just going to take it home to the 1. So I'll use this one first coming here. So we got... It's kind of like already there. And again. Now that was a flat 7 too, okay? Flat 7 into the 1. So here's the flat 7 here. You can hear it. Very nice. So the flat 3, the 5, and the flat 7 really add a lot of tension. Hey, this is the question is what chords. I'm just doing an F sharp jam like this, like to a B. And some people have already. I'm leaving this one up, Don. Don't you worry, Don. This one is the reason I'm trying not to get distracted by the chats is because I want to leave this up. Okay, so now, so we have out of 5 intervals, the 4 itself. The 4, it's not. It's not that it doesn't bring tension. I'll do a 4. It's just the 4 to me is the most even keel type of tension. So if I have a 1 here, the 4. It's almost like a major tension, and it doesn't really work too well in my opinion, but let's discover it. See. very like, it's not ominous, and I like the ominous, which is the flat 3 and the flat 7. All right, so now, so here we go. So now I'm going to kind of call what I'm doing. I'm going to show you some things. Now, just by a show of hands, I don't want anyone to get frightened, because I don't want anyone to like bark at the word fish, but like, how many Fish fans do we have here? Just like a thumbs up or me or whatever, while I get ready to do this. I'll start doing it. But the reason I asked is because this is, if you're interested, this is the groove to the song Mike's Song, okay? And this is the start of the groove of Mike's Song. This isn't really, there we go, fish and chips. And so if you're interested in just hearing like what a really good like master can do, and if you're not into Fish, you can look up the song Mike's Song, and if you want to, you can listen to the whole song. You can get to the jam section, usually about 4 minutes in, it has this groove. And what Trey does in it is always, pretty much, is nothing short of phenomenal. And we'll talk about some things here. But now here's a solo with my basic F sharp minor pentatonic, okay? And I don't know what that means. And I'm gonna shout out like my tense intervals, and then we'll get a little more intense. Here we go. So I'm gonna start on the ones. Here we go. If I can play right. Minor third. I'll do it again. So you can hear that minor third comes home. Now let's try the 5. That was a 5, a little bit of jamboree, right? And then up to a 1. Flat 7. Flat 7s I usually come in right at the end of my sentences if I was speaking guitar. Like, okay? So there's the example. Now I'm going to show you something a little more intense. Now, for those of you guys who are familiar with Fish, Trey does this great line on the live album Slip, Stitch, and Pass. Now, out of the 4 notes that he uses one note that I'm not going to talk about. We'll talk about when I do a Mike Song like thing. But I'm going to stick straight to pentatonic, and I'm going to show you the line. It's so tasty, but I'm going to edit it a little bit for pentatonic safety. So here we go. It's such a good line. That. And it's, when you hear him do it, I hope you know what I'm talking about. Again. Something to that extent. And I want to talk about the beauty of that, okay? Is if you listen, he starts on the 5. To the minor third. To the 1. Back up to the 5. To the flat 7. And back to the 1. And I want to talk about that, okay? So I want to talk about, does anybody happen to know if you play a 1, a flat 3, a 5, and a flat 7 at the same time, what kind of chord you get? I'll sit here and jam. Nope. Not a 7th chord. Minor 7th. Who's the winner? Deanna Bond's the winner. Minor 7th. If you take the 4 out of the minor, everybody's chiming in. Oh, it's the minor 7th. If you were to play a 1, a flat 3, a 5, and a flat 7 at the same time, you get a minor 7th. And if you take the 4 out of a pentatonic, you get the sound of a minor 7th chord. And that minor 7th chord, in any shape or form, played inside of the pentatonic, gives you a massive amount of tension. And so you can isolate it. You can see like your 1, your 3, your 5, and your 7. And now if I were to play and I wanted to build tension, believe it or not, you can put your 1 in while you're building tension, but you want to punch the 1. You want to like punch the 1 at the end. So one. So I have 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7. Minor 7th. And I slid just up to this 1. And how do I do that? With my patented never lost pentatonic. You understand that, hopefully. Okay? So now, let's talk a little further. Is everybody digging this? I hope I didn't lose anyone, but we're talking about our intervals. You can always watch this in the replay. And the flat 3, the 5, and the flat 7 are the most like tasty tension builders. But now, let's talk about Trey, what I learned from Trey. He always talks about the 7th chord, all right? Chord tones. Yes, chord tones. He always talks about the 7 chords. And yes, you can hear it by ear. You absolutely can. We're just explaining it. So let's talk about the 7th chord. I want to show you something. If I take my Never Lost pentatonic, I know, Peter, don't you worry. Right here, this is my Never Lost, and I'm starting with F sharp. I have, let's see, the intervals. I'm going to play on beat 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1. I'm going to show you this, all right? I'm going to get close. Don't worry, Peter, I got you, baby. All right. If I were to play this chord here, this would be an F sharp 7. Problem is that this is a major 3rd, all right? And so if I flatten the major 3rd here, like this, and I get this little piece of an F sharp minor 7, a little piece of it, I would have the, well, I don't have the 1. What I have here, I'll show you. I have the 5, 1, flat 3, 4, 5, and the flat 7. 5 and a flat 7, okay? 5 and the flat 7. And if I put that, and if I play it just like this actually is 2 or 1/2 of, the Clapton piece. It's 1/2 of a 7th chord, but it's the half of the 7th chord that works with a minor jam. So if I was playing Mike's song, this little thing right here is going to build the most amount of tension. I'll kind of demonstrate it. I mean, it gets dirty. And you hear Trey and all the people, Trey and other guitar players sitting with this guy. Anyway, I hope you guys understand, and I'll address this in a video. Use that in Creamlight, yes. Now, I'm not talking about Clapton just yet, but I'm talking about just jamming the pentatonic. By the way, if you look at this note, I'll do it one more time before we move on. All right, you have the 1, the flat 3, the 4, the 5, flat 7, the 1. You have the 1, the flat 3, the 4, the 5, the flat 7, the 1, and then here's your flat 3. So you can have your 5, your flat 7, and your flat 3. You get a little bit of that's a tiny chunk of a minor 7th chord. Hey, what's up, Brian? Anyway, so, everyone, again, my friend Brian, I'm here with the Midnight Cowboy and Evan. Everyone, please, right now, and I know people watching this on the playback are going to be so upset, but everyone, please say hello to the Midnight Cowboy. The Midnight Cowboy is watching this live, and that means so much to me. So everyone say hi to the Midnight Cowboy. Anyway, and if it's on the replay, put it in the comments. All right, so now, we're jamming on mics, and by the way, crazy story, the Midnight Cowboy, you're the first song you ever asked me to play was Mike's song. How funny is this? The first song my friend, the Midnight Cowboy, ever asked me to play was Mike's song. I remember that clearly, so I think this is full circle, which is very funny. All right, so now, rewatch this video, and if you're jamming to a Mike's song, they only start off like this, and then they take it to another place. But if you're jamming in any genre, okay, you can definitely apply these intervals in your soloing. All right, so I forgot how to play it. Yeah, something like that. I forgot how to play the intro. Anyway, I'm embarrassing myself. Okay, so one of the questions I want to get to before we go. Oh my God. All right, I'm trying to ignore these comments, but they're funny as hell. All right, the one thing I want to do before I go is my man Peter, who asked me a question, and I said, hey, I'm going live on Thursday night, and I'll address this. And it's just about my Clapton scale. Thank you. The Clapton scale, which hopefully all of you saw, it's just a rethought out pentatonic. And in E, you have... All right. So we have this E minor pentatonic, 7, 5, and 7 to 9, and 7, 9, and we hang on that minor 3rd. We come back. Now the question was, can you play this based off the E string? And absolutely you can. You absolutely can. So I'm going to just do it in B, okay? Now Peter, pay attention. Everything's the same except for that B string move. So we're going to go 1, flat 3, 4 to 5, flat 7, 1, and then minor third here. The minor third on the B string is up 1 fret always, okay? So we have... And you absolutely can do that. I only recommend playing this quote-unquote Clapton pentatonic rooted on the E string or the A string. Or... Show that again, okay? This is like Peter's own private lesson. All right, so I'm going to do the E one, okay? Here's my Clapton scale starting in the A string. I'm just going to talk about frets. 7th fret of the A, 5th fret of the D, 7th fret of his of the D. Oh my God. Then G string 7, 9, and then 8 on the B. That is the Clapton scale in the key of E. If I was doing it in B, it's the same exact shape. I'm going to start here, same shape. But when I get to the minor third, I'm going to use my first finger here. Now, just to see it works, I know a lot of people chiming in, but I want to get to this, is, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm going to have to do this for you guys, aren't I? Come on. Give me 1 second. Clapton scale. Sorry. There we go. Now, Peter, watch. E. And you're in the 4-1 pentatonic. Okay, all right, enough. So Peter, I hope you understood that. Okay, cool. I'm going to have this up later. Well, all I did was I started on the E string here, took that pattern, and then this is your minor third, but when you do it here, yes, I do like this shirt. Coming for sale soon sometime, some sort of Stitch Method shirt. And then you're here in the 4-1 pentatonic for E. And then when you're playing this 4-1 pentatonic, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I'm on the Clapton train. You can take it. Anyway, all right. So no show, no Clapton, no show, no snow, no show, Clapton. I don't know what that means. All right. Okay, so the question was, I'll answer some questions now. It's at the end of the live feed. So finally, if you're watching this in the playback, hopefully it wasn't too bad. Now I'll address all my live people. The flat 5, your 4 and 5, your 4 to the 5 slide is going right over that flat 5. That's why it sounds so good. All right. Somebody asked about donations, and I will gladly. I feel bad, but I've had a lot of people asking. I'll put a link down, but it's a PayPal link. It's paypal.me/Sarasota Guitar, and then whatever amount you want. I hate saying that, but like I've had a lot of people ask, so I'm just gonna say it. So paypal.me/Sarasota Guitar, whatever amount you want. I can't thank you enough. It actually helps me spend time with my family, which that to me is the ultimate thank you. So I'm trying to think of other questions. Hopefully we covered a lot of ground. Is the flat 5 really evil? The flat 5 is really evil if you stay on it. $1 million. Thank you. If you stay on the flat 5, it's disgusting. But if you, I'll say hi to Jenny. If you use it to move through, then then it helps kind of propel your riff. So you can't sit on it. But it was called the Devil's Tone. Did you get guitar lessons? Oh yeah. Okay. So that was a question. When I was 13 years old, I got this guitar right there, and I started taking lessons. Actually, no, I got this when I was 13. But I think I took lessons with a guy named Claude, who's kind of cool at Cornet Music in New York, and I only lasted a couple of months. I didn't really like the lessons that much. It just didn't work for me. And then I met this guy Steve, who was an awesome guitar teacher, and I took lessons from him for about a year, but I never really made it past, like, with any of them, past like basically pentatonic riffs or anything. And then from then on in, I was in bands and I was self-taught, and I was more self-frustrated than self-taught. And then I was in more bands, and then I moved down to the Florida area, and I went to a concert with Brian Trumpettori, who's right on the thing with Brian, and Evan, and I had a huge guitar revelation, and it all came to me a day after that show. All of it just came to me in one quick moment, and that was that. So I never really took lessons to sharpen up my theory, but the more no, my dad does not play an instrument at all. Sorry, funny comments. So I had this moment of divine intervention of how guitar really works, how simple it is, and then I started testing it against all the songs and questions I've ever heard, and it has never failed since. Oh, thank you. So, everything is going well, and I really appreciate it. I have more to come. I have, here's something cool, by the way. Now we're just talking. So if you're on the live feed, if you're on the replay, you can hang up now. This is where I get distracted. Okay, so this Fred guitar is amazing. It's amazing. And we'll talk about Fred guitars soon. This is actually the Ernesto Generation 2 VH, all right, with the hardtail. Thank you, Brian. So I'm a prophet. I don't know if I'm a prophet, but I'll take it. No. Where the hell was I, guys? You guys are distracting me so much. All right, yes, you guys are going. Okay. The looper pedal I have is just a ditto looper, pretty much. And read. This is what I do for a living. I teach for a living, so I'm kind of fast-witted. Somebody just asked what are the best intervals for the bends right there, and I do have a video. It's a more recent video. Go to my channel, and it's called Bending in the Blues, and it's not just about blues, it's about bending, so you can learn what intervals are for bending. I don't know how it can all come. I swear on my life, I was sitting on the guitar. Did I tell you guys a story? Any song you can't play but try to play cleanly. Oh, plenty. Did I tell you guys a story of like what happened? And how I had my moment of divine intervention? No? Okay. How does a Fred... I'm loving this guitar more and more because it just, with the tube screamer, it really sounds good. All right, so I'll tell you a story. Please, again, if you're watching this in the replays, don't mind my distraction. Okay, here we go. I'll tell you a story. So, I went to a Fish concert, and I was very, very, very frustrated with the fact that I still could not understand what Trey was doing. And it was the second set, and let's see if I can do this. I'm probably going to do this, probably going to screw this up, but hopefully we don't do it. They started playing this. Let's see if we can loop this. How did I? 3, 4. Okay, kind of a bad loop, but they were playing this song, and for those of you who don't know, it's called Waves, and I was sitting there, and sorry, you're late, Brandon, you're late, but it'll be on the replay. So they're playing Waves, and Trey's soloing, and he's doing his thing, man. He's and all of a sudden, that right there, that note. I remember sitting down clearly. I remember sitting down, hitting that note, and me going like, what is he doing? That I would never dream of even hitting that note and knowing what that note was. So I remember that moment, and I went home, and I got home from the show, but it was actually like 2 days later, actually, and I was sitting on the edge of my bed, and I had loaded up the show because you got a free download with your ticket. That's what the Fish does, and I fast forwarded to that moment, and they were playing, and I was playing the chords, and I'm sitting there playing the chords, and I'm kind of chasing what he does, and then they went like that, and then I chased the note, and boom, and it was a D, and the note was a D, and I said to myself, man, look at that, that's weird, right? Like a D note on a D chord, and I swear, just like, I'm saying to myself, like D note, D chord, and all of a sudden, boom, like everything that someone ever tried to explain to me, or things that I never even fathomed, all of a sudden I went, oh my God. Like, I went, oh my God, this is it. Like, this is it. And I swear I was just sitting there for a second, kind of like motionless. I'm sure I told the story. And my wife was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, why? She's like, you're drooling. And I looked down and I actually had drool like coming out of my mouth on my guitar. And I was like, I figured it out. I figured out guitar completely. And then once that happened, I'm sorry it's freezing. I don't know why it's freezing. It's okay. So you missed the moment. Okay, I'm sorry. Everything's freezing. To make a long story short, hope it's back up. There was... Why did it freeze? I have a strong signal. I'm so sorry. There was a D chord in the song, and he was playing a D. And I sat there. I'm just sorry if I'm repeating myself, okay? And it's okay. So I was playing the song, boom, and it hit a D note, and he hit a D chord and a D note. And my brain started saying to myself, like, well, D note, D chord, D note. Okay, that's weird. I never even thought about doing like that. And then a huge bolt of lightning fired through my head, and I'm telling you right now, and everything made sense. And that was it, and everything made sense. Everything. And I just dropped what I was doing, and I grabbed more music, and I put it on, and I started like listening and playing, and the next thing I know, like I'm playing the same notes that Trey is playing, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Yes, I am going to be selling T-shirts soon, but I don't know. I don't have a logo yet. I need a logo that has my smiling like fat face on it. So chord tones, yeah, how important chord tones are. But the thing is, you hear about chord tones, but there's so much more to it, which I'm trying to do not slowly, but in a nice method, on Stitch method. Anyway, I'm going to get going. All right, and if you missed the moment, you can watch on the replay. I hope that... I don't know why you guys are frozen. This thing, it says it's perfect. It's a strong signal. And there we go. I need yeah. I'll be at the Atlanta Dead Show, Dead and Company, in a couple weeks. If any of you guys are there, please, if you see me, and just let me know. And I thank you so much for the well wishes. I'm going to get going now. No, I cannot play Eruption, nor do I want to. It's I never really wanted to play that. Thank you all. I hope that you got a lot out of this lesson. I hope that everyone got their lesson in about tension and release in the pentatonic. Watch it again if you need to get on top of those intervals. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. Thanks again, guys. Bye-bye.